I want you to see the Ontario International Airport while R. Lily, Sergeant Hall, T. York, Elias Ponce, that while they're engaging in stalking me, the entity was stalking by the airport on the opposite side of the street. All right, remember, you can see it in the video. And this demon here is engaging in surveillance. This is a serial stalker. They're going to prison. They're engaging in, I'm documenting over an hour ago, 10:41, it's after 11:52, it's 11:56 p.m. right now. They're engaging in surveillance. This is the light, and that's a psychopathic pacing by the airport. They're sharing in that pattern of conduct together. This is what SAFECO is doing, and I want you to see where the airport is landing right here, okay? And this is, again, license plate 7HXN 535. This is what they're doing while the entity has the fake sun so low that it's touching me underneath the covered structure at 7 in the morning. This is stalking with light. That's the purpose of it. This is mentally ill behavior. This is what the Ontario Police Department are doing. And this is what the entity's engaging in. SAFECO Auto LLC at 530 West Holt Boulevard. This is a third party that's engaging in the sex offense, doing so on behalf of the gang members of the Ontario Police, who then engage in criminal summoning, which is stalking by the entity together. Okay, they're at Stater Brothers at 646 West Holt, which is closed. So the purpose is just the entity is engaging what is disguising, hiding behind shopping carts during the day. They are here engaging in surveillance, which is I am always the focus, including while it's open and they're stalking in the grocery store. They are stalking now on behalf of the government. this is the same sex offender you see molesting with impossible light at the entrance. He's engaged in the pattern of conduct now. He's engaged in federal stalking with, and the entity is engaged in criminal summoning, as I documented, while the employee at SAFECO, which is on the opposite side, it's right here. It's the same property. That's why I'm referring to criminal summoning, as you saw the gang members respond to a third party that they're stalking with. And then that third party, as they're documented, summons them. And that's, again, the illusion. They're listening to everything, including what I'm saying now. They're monitoring my vagina while they're engaged in that pattern of conduct. And this is where the airport is stalking now on this side of the street, based on what is monitoring. They're on the opposite side of the street while I'm on the opposite side of the same Bonita. You'll see that in the video. The airport is stalking, and so are the Ontario Police Department, with that airport engaging in surveillance, and that's aerial surveillance with the people of the state. That SAFECO employee, he's going to prison. And you're referring to what are relevant facts. If you are in fact an immigrant, that includes Sergeant Hall. Okay, she's engaged in the pattern of conduct. She's an immigrant. She's going to be deported. She's not going to be treated differently than anybody else. 7 NBS 390, psychopathic pacing. Okay, and this is, again, the serial stalker. I documented them the other night. The entity stalking by I captured it on video as I'm documenting this demon, and then the entity is taken out by plane right here. The entities engage in that pattern of conduct together. They like to stalk with light, and then the entity one after another, after another, after another. That's exactly what I captured this morning under the fake sun. A plane after another, after another, after another, while the people of the state are engaging in that psychopathic behavior that they share in. They are demons, okay? This is relevant to all the gang members, okay? T. York, R. Lily, Elias, Ponce, Johnson, they all engaged in what is criminal defamation, okay, by implication, talking about terrorists. They are terrorists. And that's the entities engaging in. They cannot, those vagina monitors could not defame me whatsoever. They are admitted stalkers. They've engaged in what is lying about my being dead, while they are engaging in what is kidnapping, and they are engaged in conspicuous surveillance with the people of the state. The entity is being disbanded because of the criminal conduct that they are responsible for, that the people of the state share in. There are psychopaths that are engaging in stalking me at an absurd level with regard to the helicopter activity, and they're engaging in that conduct with regard to wanting to merely be in my presence. They may as well have just asked me for an autograph, because that's what that is. Though, but that's a threat. They have guns on their waists. They're stalkers in the engineer light with the people of the state who worship me, stalk me in bathrooms, okay? And the entities engaging in that pattern of conduct with the people of the state who are engaging in this deranged behavior. The Ontario International Airport that is stalking is serving for putting terrorists like the Ontario Police Department in federal prison, and everything that they stated while they are gang stalking is what is relevant to malice, putting them in prison for the threat that they are while they're lying out of their faces, knowing exactly who I am, engaging in stalking with the people who are not necessarily calling them. This is a whole act. And it's the implosion of gang stalking while psychopaths are stalking, monitoring with light, engineer light. This is the same walkway where you saw the engineer light on the underneath the covering. They're stalking with light. This is mental illness, and to do so while you're documenting, understand this, because this is what the rest of the country is going to recognize and respect under federal law. What the demons in California are not. You're going to federal prison for this. As the federal government is investigating, I dare you to do it in front of the federal government like the entity is now, because you're going to prison for it. Okay, this is P.O.C. Stater Brothers is being prosecuted. Like I said, it's not going to be based on business hours. They're using the property. You're going to prison. Ontario Village Shopping Center engaged in 24-hour surveillance. The government is using it. The people of the state are the government, utilizing it for the criminal purpose of murdering someone, conspiring their murder by gang stalking them. This is the P.O.C. It is currently 12 a.m. That's amplified train activity while they are monitoring. And just to be clear, here's my shadow here so you can see that, and here's another shadow here so you can see that, and here's my shadow here. This is the entity that's engaging in surveillance. And their vagina monitors at Not So Family Market Stater Brothers, engaging in that while they are engaging in surveillance with the government in furtherance of murder. Relevant behind getting out of your vehicle, stalking in the path, and they're still monitoring while they're inside of the store. That's the pattern of conduct. That's why that store has impossible light activity, and it's covered in evidence regarding Stater Brothers monitoring. Okay, this is the P.O.C. To be in the parking lot engaging in that is the property. That's a federal RICO case, and the people of the state themselves are being federally prosecuted for criminal activity. This is all relevant because all those gang members of the Ontario Police, every single last one of them are going to prison. Every single last one. That's confirmation. They're going to federal prison. This is P.O.C. It is currently 12:01 a.m.